Hi, I'm Jason Weaver. I'm with Garage Solutions Marketing, and we are the experts essentially at helping garage doors, garage storage, and garage floors. If you're doing that business, we're able to help you with marketing. But these webinars are not meant to be a sales pitch. These are for education purposes. If you'd like some help doing any of this that I show you, of course, we're available for you. Or why else would we be doing this, right? But we just had a great webinar, some really great questions, but the recording didn't work so great. So I'm going to record this for you, try to cover everything that we did there, including the great feedback that we got. So I'm going to share my screen. And with this screen share, you're going to be able to walk away with what can I post? What should I post? What type of ads can I run? What have been successful for the garage industry and or the home service industry? And you're going to know like how much time you should spend on this. And like I said, what's working. So like I said, we're Garage Solutions Marketing. We are these experts. We put out some great content on how to get reviews, your best ads that we're covering today, your best websites, and what actually matters, best keywords, right? And put all this great content out there. Of course, we're always available. The reason I'm wearing this hat called Fix Marketer is I wrote a book, and it is called Fix Marketer. And you can go to fixmarketer.com and get a free digital copy if you basically subscribe there. But essentially, in this book, which is quite a few pages long, we take this concept of a one-page marketing plan. And the idea with this one-page marketing plan is so that you can feel very simply and easily that you know what it takes to be successful for digital marketing. Most businesses are over here doing offline or referral or traditional marketing, and that's their source of business. But when they get a slow time or coronavirus hits, they can't contact their old customers, they can't upsell them, they can't leverage them, and they realize that the ball is mostly in the court of the potential customer. There's not any power there to amplify that, and we have ways to help you with that. But we have learned painstakingly over the last 10 years, and I've spearheaded all this with writing the book and creating this one-page plan, that things really need to start with getting feedback from all your customers and getting reviews. And then you can buy leads from some sources. You can go to Google Ads. At the same time, you can do search engine optimization. Of course, you got to send that all back to a good website. And not all websites are created equal, unfortunately, for converting people into buyers. We'll talk about that efficiency a bit. But this time, we're talking about social media and the impact it can have on your business, how it can actually be used to get you leads, which is not too far-fetched. It's working in the home service industry, and we're going to show you some of that. And then, of course, like I said, the Fix and Fix Marketer stands for Framework, Identity, X Factor. So this is the framework, the one-page marketing plan. Your identity needs to matter to people and needs to be real and look professional. It can be fun or whimsical. It can be other things, but you need to have an identity, essentially. And then I always talk about having a dashboard. You need to have a simple way to be able to say, these are the key performance indicators or numbers that matter in my business. And when I move some levers, I can make more money as a result of that. And that can be like on reviews, quantity of reviews. It could go all the way to just gross sales and then work backwards, which is my favorite thing. Like, okay, how many visits did we get to the website, or how many leads came in from the website is even better, right? What's my cost per lead? What's my cost per close? Back to the source, so you can double down on what's working and cut out the fat for what isn't working. It can also help you feel empowered to break into new markets or try new products in the future, because now you have a system you can turn on. Maybe you don't have reviews or experience in a certain type of product or in a city, but now you feel confident that I can start getting leads or business or reviews in that city because I have a plan. I have a one-page marketing plan. I can do that. And of course, in general, you need to track your dashboard and understand what's going on there. So I wrote this article, and it's going to be hard to see all this, but I'll include it on the website, and you can go in and read and look through all these ads. As you can see, we've scoured the internet for what are the best ads in the industry and what are the best ads in general for home services, for instance, right? And so I've got examples there, but we're going to dig into the very first thing that matters on your social media is the fact that you need to look like you're professional. You need to look like a real business. So I love these A1 Garage Door Repair that another expert in the industry put me onto. They have a video right here. If you play it, it actually explains a lot of great stuff. They could improve by actually posting more recently. Last month is not very recent, right? I will show that they are running some ads here in the future. They're not the best at ads, but they are pretty good at branding. If you're looking for just doing a photo, here's an example of plumbers. Even if you're one guy truck, why don't you have your truck out there, especially if it's wrapped with a picture of yourself? It puts a face to the brand. It makes it worth marketing. That makes sense, right? And when you're creating Facebook ads, you can use tools like this one I'm going to show you, Canva, but I use this more for just creating that background. So you see this image here. If you want to have something that looks decent, even though you don't have that photo of yourself yet, you can use something like canva.com. You can come in here and change all the words. You can upload your own photos for free. If you use one of their stock photos, that's when it costs money. And then you can export this and upload it to your own Facebook account. So I already hinted at it. On Facebook, you need to make it look like you are present and you are available. And so I accidentally clicked on that. I was trying to exit out, but this is a pretty cool video. But you need to make it look like you didn't just post last month. And so there's multiple approaches. The approach we use at Garage Solutions marketing is essentially we will help you pick 30 to 40 of what I call evergreen content, something that can be posted any time of the year that is helpful or useful, that's related to your business, and it can be automatic. So we do it once, we put it in there, and it can just keep posting and posting. And so like one day a week or every 2 weeks at a certain time, it can auto post for you. And then when people come here, it's not a ghost town, right? And then we can do more after that. So now you're not a ghost town. Now your brand looks decent. That didn't take very much time. There's free templates like on Canva. If you're going to get a local photographer, that's not too much money either to have them do some drone footage or come in and take a picture of you in front of some garages or in front of a car or your truck, right? You're wrapping. It might be a few bucks, but definitely worth it. So here's an example of this evergreen content. We've got an article here, how an organized garage helps sell your home. So what can this translate into? I've already done this for one particular industry and dealership franchise. I went through and found quite a few different posts that they had made and just found like what I considered evergreen content that the corporate or dealership had already posted that you could reshare. There's also general articles for your industry, like the one I just shared with you, how an organized garage helps. And then of course there's, the blog from your own blog, or there's the blog from the corporate. And so essentially you can easily piece together 30, even up to 60 posts that can be just auto posted for you. Here's an example of, just one of their posts that they have showing off some of the product. It's not going to hurt you if anybody sees that. It may not have a lot of likes or shares, but you can keep reposting it because if somebody sees it, it represents what you sell and what you do. So I wanted to highlight this company as well because I like to look at every industry, not just one particular, because we can learn from our neighbors that are in the home service industry. I've been really impressed with roofers. I've been impressed with other marketers. So there's a marketing company out there called the name just slipped my mind. Contractor Dynamics. Yep. And I've been following them for a while because their clients have gotten great results online. They actually charge $2,000 to $4,000 for people to come back east and just hang out with them for a week and learn how to do social media themselves. And I've talked to people that have taken that training and been like, hey, look, they put too much in our plate. They didn't do enough heavy lifting on their own. We didn't implement it. And then I've seen people like this guy with Good Roofing Company, where his reviews or other things may not be so great, but on Facebook, he looks amazing. So what has he got here? He's got his picture and it's a video actually. So he's taking that advice. He's actually using Facebook's free booking tool, which a lot of people don't know that they offer that, but you can allow people to directly schedule appointments with you through Facebook, or you can use a separate tool like Calendly, or if you're really, really smart and you care about having multiple crews, you would get an awesome tool like Service Titan that can handle all of your billing, all of your calendar appointments, all your communication with the customer, even potentially help you get online reviews. There's different tools like that that I've integrated or can work with. And let's dive into actually some of these ads, because you're probably still asking yourself, okay, I can get my page to look okay, but now, and I can gather up some, evergreen content so I never look like a ghost town. But now what do I do with all this free time and all this pressure off my back? Well, I'll tell you, you should run some ads. And I wanted to throw up a couple of companies I just randomly picked from that article I wrote, some of these companies that I'm looking at. And I want to talk about good ads and bad ads and how to improve these ads. So if there's no call to action, it's a bad ad. If it says learn more, it's typically a sure sign that they don't know what they're doing for the ads. So this one's been running for a while, and you can actually, this is a pretty cool tool. I wanted to give you some value today. Facebook Ads Library. You can Google that, pull it up. Essentially, you can type in anything up here in this bar, like garage flooring or storage or organization or roofing, and it will try to find you pages on Facebook that are actually advertising for that particular service. And you have to select an individual page, which is its biggest downfall. But once you find a page running ads, this is what it looks like, and it will show you their ads. So if I were to improve this, I would have a call to action. I might actually use images that are all the same size, because that looks a little silly, right? Let's look at another one. I just picked this one. I like this ad a lot because it's got, hey, we do storage and we do flooring all together. But once again, the call to action is kind of a little off. It says like page, and that's okay. They've got 800 something likes on their page, and that's a way for people to say, oh, okay, I'm kind of interested in a way, but it doesn't directly help you get a lead per se, right? So that can be part of an overall solution, but that probably shouldn't be your one and only ad. And then there's what I call, there's really two types of goals with your ads. I call them finder ads, when you're trying to find new people interested in your business. I call them remarketing, when you're trying to get people back to you to buy from you. So they might have come to your website and now they left and they went over to Facebook to hang out with their friends, and you want to show an ad. We've all had this happen where it seems ads follow you around. So watch out what you're looking at, right? Or doing. And you can click that ad and come back to the website or come to an offer. We've all seen that, right? Well, this is an example of good roofing company, and they're doing an ad. And what's awesome about this ad is not only is it a video showing the behind the scenes, it's really short. I think it's like less than 2 minutes long. It's like, hey, we're in this area, attention Jefferson City homeowners, we can install your new roof. That's what it says. It says book now for getting an estimate. It says in the video, like, hey, we're on the job starting at 9 o'clock. We're going to be done at 3 o'clock doing this roof. It's really great. I'm in Jefferson area. Contact me today. We'd love to come out and do an estimate today. I'm available. I'm in the area, And so, of course, if they're in this area and they're even interested in roofing at all, they're going to fill this out. And there are ways to qualify these leads a little bit better. There's some tools I can reference you to, or ways that we can work around it, where you can even like say, what's your budget range? Or do other things like that, so that you can say, okay, I know that this is a legit lead. I'm going to jump on the phone with them. There's some really cool things you can do there. Okay. So this is an example of a winning ad. Doesn't say learn more. Okay. Here's another example of A1 Garage, but this is their ads. Okay. And so this is an example where in the garage industry, repairs and tune-ups are all really big. So having like an offer or price makes more sense than like maybe in the garage industry for flooring or storage. But you could still try something like, if you spend $500, well, you'll get this free bike rack. There's different things that you could do that are offer-based that aren't so much promotional-based, right? Or a discount-based. Whereas, garage doors might be a little more discount oriented to get in the door, and then try to upsell them on getting a new door if it's bent or dented or anything like that, right? So this is an example of them running an ad there. So I hope that gives you some ideas. As you can see, it says get offer. If I, click on details, I can see where they're actually sending people to. Some of these ads could be improved because they could, ask people to chat with them through Messenger, or fill out a form directly on Facebook, or have a better approach on their existing landing page that's more geared towards the Facebook visitor. So I've been working on kind of a super landing page where it really details why you should contact them, and been modifying that depending on the lead source for people. But it incorporates quite a bit of great features. If you're using something like Service Titan for your bookings, you could include that right there. You can talk about why they should choose you. You can have some frequently asked questions. They're going to ask, like, what's the budget, or what's the price? That's, people are going to ask. So you can explain what goes into the price. You could give an example of pricing, right? You could do all that. You can answer several questions. You can have beautiful pictures of, 2 jobs is all you would need on this landing page, 2 beautiful pictures. And you can have okay pictures for our general products, right? And then you can have your reviews highlighted right here, so that it's a search engine optimization technique if that's what you're going for. If you're just going for social media, you can do other things too. If you've done a lot of commercial jobs, you could have an interactive map of all the different jobs you've done. You can link to all your social networks right here. And then you can have your basic information. So really quickly, you can take this landing page and understand what you're getting with the dashboards you get if you actually start doing work with us, or if you're smart, you start at least tracking it on your own to see what you're getting from your business, your cost per lead, cost per sale, things like that, and the original source. And then I wanted to show you guys this to give you some really good ideas as well. So Gulf Coast Aluminum is a brand that helps people basically cover their pools in Florida. And the reason I like going here and showing you ads is, 1, this guy's always running a ton of ads. 2, he is a marketer who owns a business, so he's giving some great ideas. 3, it is kind of like before and after, more so than a roof. Like, people can see, yeah, you did the roof, but it's not as exciting, right? Well, in this case, he's got some before and after ads. He's using some emojis in his ads. He's got check boxes in some of his ads. He's got star ratings in some of his ads. He's got get quote in some of his ads. He's got send me a message in some of his ads. He's trying all these things, and he's running them all at the same time. And so, I guarantee he's doing some remarketing. The one downside to remarketing, without knowing some of the techniques and tricks I've got, you have to have 1,000 visitors a month to your website to qualify to do remarketing on Facebook. That can really hold you back. Most people aren't coming up with the creative solutions like I am, but we can totally do remarketing and low-hanging fruit. They already know you. They've come to your website. They're way more likely to turn into a lead. They just need to not forget about you while they're hanging out on Facebook, right? But for Finder ads too, you can do all of this stuff, right? It just goes on and on. He's got pictures of customers in front of the work with his information. Do you think that helps get him some leads in business? Yeah. So you're asking yourself, what do I do here, right? Well, you're going to look good, right? Number 1, you're not going to look like a ghost town. We're going to get some evergreen content, or you should. And if you're with that particular dealership, you can contact me. I'll send you all those links I've already gathered for you. And then you need to focus on ads. And it could be 1 or 2 new ads a month. That's all you got. You can get 1 picture with your friend that you forced to stand in front of the job, right? With something like this. Or you can do a before and after. You can do 1 video of you standing in front of the garage while the work's being done and talk about it. I mean, that roofer job, he's up there on the roof and there's banging of hammers going on right behind him. It's not the quietest ad, but do you think it works? Do you think people want to see that back end? They want to see you're legitimate. They want to trust you, know, like, and trust you so they can try, buy, and repeat and refer to you. Yeah, they do. And so with this great tool, Facebook Ads Library, there's no excuse for you not to have great examples of ads that you could try. I like, in the article that I wrote, I like to mention that you should, try a combination of things, from where you're targeting to the age of the customer to whether they're male or female that you're reaching out to, and mix and match maybe a couple different things, whether they came to your website for remarketing or whether they they're a little wealthier. So that's the beauty of Facebook, is they know a lot of context about people, and that's the kind of ways you can target, versus like Google ads where it's like mostly, hey, they're in this region and they raise their hand, they say they want something. So Facebook ads may, for Finder ads may not be as high a quality of leads, but you might be able to get more quantity and use some smart methods to filter out the weeds, right? And land some more business. And they might actually be your cheaper leads. So it just depends. If you have some help to figure it out, then you can be successful. I have basically gone ahead and gathered quite a few of different home service providers' best ads. I put many in that article, but I also included some links here so you could see, for these guys, for instance, they're using one of my favorite booking tools called Calendly, so people can directly book appointments from them. Just these little tweaks allow people to book appointments, or have an ad that matters to people. Have a call to action that's relevant instead of like our page. That's the stuff that pushes you over the limit to actually see success from doing like Facebook ads. And so I hope you walked away with, quite a few actionable things you can do if you're interested in working with Garage Solutions Marketing. Myself, implementing this for you. We usually do this more as an approach where we integrate with helping you get reviews. We help you do the parts of your online marketing plan that you want to outsource. Here's an example of essentially having a marketing plan outlined. It's got examples of X factors, like when you're asking for a review, you're asking people to post a photo and talk about the service. And then baseline stuff, you're like just always replying to reviews, and you're always asking every customer for reviews. Not all of this is rocket science. And sometimes you just need the right tool or the right help to point you in the right direction so you can implement it yourself. But you could today start an ad based on what you saw from me, a before and after, or a quick video, and you could just target your region. And yeah, maybe it wouldn't be the most efficient. Like maybe you would spend 50 cents a lead, or $10 a lead, just depends on your region and your competition, right? And working with a company like ourselves, you might get it down to half that cost, or you might save 20%, or just depends, like I said, right? But doing something and trying it and then tweaking it and getting it to work is going to be way better for you than doing nothing, right? So I wanted to educate you today. I didn't want this to be a loosely veiled, sales pitch. I'm not going to talk about my pricing or anything like that. You can reach out to me if you're interested in that. Like I said, homeservicemarketing.com, or well, that's one of my brands, Garage Solutions Marketing. Okay, sorry about that. But I have a business partner for the home service side. That's where we do a lot of roofing and other stuff. But for the garage side, that's mainly in my court because I have the most experience on that. So I've created a really good team and work that I can do over there. And I want to make sure that's exclusive and doesn't get overburdened by doing other outside stuff like roofing. So we'd love to help you fill out your marketing plan here and be the parts that you want us to be, whether it's helping get reviews, knowing where to buy leads, Google search, website, social media, free search, offline, especially social like we talked about today. But if we can, integrate that into a greater marketing plan for you, make sure it's checked off by us or your franchise or dealership you're working with, or some other marketing company, so that you can be successful and focus on what you love doing, interacting with the customers, making sure the jobs actually get done, and improving your craft, then we'd love to be a small part of that. And if you want my book, fixmarketer.com, that is all you have to do. You can get it completely free. I've also got a podcast there, so you can watch on YouTube, or you can listen on the go, and you can learn some of the basics of this marketing craft. It's really not a lot of secret sauce, guys. There's not a lot to it. Do great work and then tweak it just a little bit, like just that call to action, just calling out where you're at, having some reviews being posted on Facebook and used as your ads. It's not a ton. It's a little hard when you get in the weeds and creating the reports, but once you got it going, you can know if what's working. There's no excuse for you not to be able to turn on some new business in a new region, or for a new product, or to, basically smooth out some of those slow times, because you should feel more empowered. Next webinar, we're going to talk about reviews, and we're going to go more into depth. We'll continue to talk about everything in this online one-page marketing plan that I've shown you. appreciate all you do. If you want us to look, at your specific Facebook page, like we did on the webinar for the few individuals that were there, then you can hit me up and I'd be happy to look at it. But most of the time it's going to be, what I said before, make it look like you're a real business, whether that's a video or a picture, right? And then if you want to add in something like the calendar option, you can totally do that. Not mandatory. And then you should always look like you're not a ghost town. And then you should focus on things like ads and playing around with a few settings, but mostly what you say and what you do. And you'll start to see some leads come in. And then when you start to have leads come in, that's a new problem, because now you got to filter through the bad ones, or you got to take them to the next level. We do stuff like help you get people on your newsletter, help you get these people to fall in love with your products a little bit more, or filter out the bad leads as well. Those are some more advanced things that I can show you that take a little more heavy lifting from a marketer and from some software, but those are all things we can do. So your first problem needs to be get some eyeballs on your offers. This idea of brand awareness for local small business is crap. Okay. Don't be spending $300 a month and getting no leads. Don't do that. That can be part of what you do potentially, but that can't be your only thing. And with just a little bit of, effort and a little bit of secret sauce, like I said, not so secret, you'll be able to get some better results. I'm Jason Weaver with Fix Marketer, Garage Solutions Marketing, and I'm out. Till next time.